500. It's not just a number or a milestone or a feather in my cap, it's more a state of mind, and my mind says, wow. Just wow. 500 of you have decided that my content is something that you not only enjoy, but enjoy enough to subscribe and look forward to every week. That's big. No, that's huge, as a matter of fact. It amazes me the amount of growth this channel has gone through in the last 6 months, and I'm eternally grateful to each and every one of you who've subscribed and enjoyed my content. So here's a special for you, just for all of you who have made this channel what it is, not only recently, but throughout the years of my on-again, off-again videos. Sometimes more off-again than on-again, but we're trying to fix that. As such, I thought we'd do something a little different today. For my 300 sub special, we built a road of longtime supporters. Today, I think we're going to take a trip down memory lane a little bit and look at a bunch of different things that we've done on this channel, but in a modern way, if you will. It's going to be a little strange, but let's get going, starting right now. Minecraft. So if you've been here any length of time, you know I love Minecraft. I love playing it, I love the community, and I would like to think that I've actually gotten pretty good at it over the years. A couple of times here and there, notwithstanding. Having said that, some of my stuff over that time has been kind of questionable. And when I say questionable, I kind of mean stuff like this. It's... I mean, I thought this kind of looked good at one point, and I'm wrong. I was totally wrong. I like the bridge. I mean, I like this bridge style. It's something that we've always kind of enjoyed. Did we ever name the horse? Oh yeah, this is Glue. That's right. So this is a world that I played in 2019, I want to say. It sounds about right. But yeah, this was my Minecraft versus mental illness world. So I streamed on this for a little bit and played on it for a while, and I had not been here since 1.15. That's how long it has been. There's my beacon down there. Oh god, that's terrible. It's really not good, is it? Oh man. I mean, I knew this was going to be kind of a combination of nostalgic and painful. That's just painful. This right here, this is just painful. The interior's good. I mean, obviously, like, you can see the progression here of me going from what I was, which was just a sort of a standard survival player, just building whatever I thought looked good and, you know, was functional. The exterior is just really, really not there. I mean, it's just not. It just isn't very good. It's just not. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, the dock's not bad. It's okay, and this is a vanilla world too. So this is not modded. This is just straight up a vanilla world. So I mean, some of the stuff that I did in here, I mean, you couldn't really do any other way. Like the auto farm is kind of an auto farm, no matter what you're doing. I mean, I kind of like the design of those farms over there. That's not terrible, but definitely not my style now. If you've been watching for any length of time, you remember my Hardcore Heroes series where I did carrot, potato, and wheat automatic farms. I did them much more organically than this, so they looked like they blended in with everything versus standing out being made of granite. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like it, just the industrial look of it, but by the same token, I really, really, really don't. So yeah, like questionable decisions have been made. You know, I like the bridge. I like the idea of the factory. Don't get me wrong. I like the house behind it, but it's just so drab and square, and there's no texture to it. It's just all stone brick. I mean. So yeah, so this is this world. This is one of the worlds, and of course we've got the giant creeper farm in the background there, the big cobblestone box in the sky for my creeper farm. So yeah, so this is the world. This is, I mean, I've got a couple other things too. I think did I try to do a Nether Hub in this world? I don't know. Let's go look. And the answer is yes. And the Nether Hub's about 1,000 times better than my house. I mean it's simple, but it's not terrible. It's still made out of, apparently I was on like a stone brick kick at some point. I don't know when, but everything was made out of stone brick for a while, I guess. I apologize for anyone who was watching at that point and just wanted to scream at me to stop making things out of stone brick. Nope. This is the one I'm in at Prismarine because reasons, I guess. But pretty typical skeleton grinder we've got here, and just, I mean, so yeah, you can see I'm getting better, but still not where I would like to be at all at this point. What do we have back down in here anyway? We got bows and arrows. What's in the storage? Bows, arrows, bone blocks. There we go. We do have bone blocks over here. Are skeletons spawning up there? Oh, I hear them. Okay, there they are spawning. Okay, so it does still work. Good. It's just when you go back to these old worlds, sometimes things just don't work the way they used to, or at all in some cases. So, but it appears this one still works. So, okay, well, so we did do some work in this world. So at least we've got we've got a Nether Hub. We've made some halfway decent looking farms. Although, and what was I thinking with all of this? I could have done this so much simpler. I don't know what I was thinking. So that's this world. All right. So yeah, so we see where, like I said, this was 3. Oh my goodness. Has it been 3? It's been 3 years ago. So this was 3 years ago when I was doing this. Wow. Let's take a look at another one. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So this right here is a series that I was doing in 2020, right before I started on Trycraft with Gobby and Pamster and Mama and Flash Rabbit, Nox, Scousy, that whole crew. So this is the series that I was playing right before I got invited over to Trycraft. And I'm curious if the builds in here actually stand up to anything that I would consider me now. Let's find out. I was so confused as to where I was starting here, but I am standing on top of the iron farm that we made for this particular world. An iron farm that I suspect is now completely and utterly broken. What do I have? Okay, I do have my Elytra. I do have Ziggy Stardust on. I forgot I named it that. So we have Ziggy Stardust, so we're good. I wonder, it still works. Well, I'll be darned. Huh, all right. Well, if you need an iron farm design, this one, which is, I believe, Avamance's design, still functions. So we're on top of where I was going to put the Chrysler building. That's right. So the Chrysler building was going to go in this footprint here to cover up the ugly creeper farm that I had there. And that's why I was lighting everything up around here, is to increase the spawn rates of the creeper farm and make myself sort of a place up here where I could AFK and both the iron farm and the creeper farm would work simultaneously. Nice. Well, I didn't even realize this still worked. Let's fly down. Not fall in lava. So first of all, we got to explore this area, because this is the industrial area that I was working on when I got invited over to Trycraft. So, and as you can see, we've got, the iron farm, which is an iron farm. And iron farms are never pretty. I don't care what version of Minecraft you're in or what style of Minecraft you're in, whether it's modded or normal. Iron farms just aren't pretty. They never are. I mean, you can kind of pretty them up a little bit more in modded, but it's still, a big pile of blocks usually. This is where I started doing things like Torii arches. So that's kind of what these are. These are supposed to be Torii arches with sort of a Japanese-inspired outbuilding over here. So we press the button, go inside, and the iron farm's still working pretty well, I gotta say. We got a ton of iron over there, ton of bone meal over there. So our auto sorting system's still working. Nice. That's where this. So this is the bone meal thing. Okay, cool, sweet. All right, and then over here we have a little house that I made for this particular area, because I wanted to make this an industrial area, but I also wanted it to be kind of like late 1800s New York. So you had all these industrial things and these huge buildings, and then you'd have like a house in the middle of it, which is kind of how New York looked back in the 1890s. And then over here we've got, this is our villager trading hub, which is also based on an Avomance design. Because I was watching Avo quite a bit at that point. I still watch Avo. I could go watch Avo. Avo's cool. So that's what I was watching. So we've got, I got to turn this back on. So we got our mending guy, our looting 3, our sweeping edge guy, diamond tools, trades. It's very well, I mean, silk touch and breaking. We got everything down. I mean, man, I didn't realize I had all this stuff. Let's grab a nap here real fast inside our house and see. So this is not bad. So this is definitely I didn't understand interiors as well at this point. Exterior though actually looks pretty good, but the interior I was not as advanced on interior design as I have gotten over the last year or so. So like the interior is it's very simple, very stark, but we are starting to see like changes and improvements in the way that the interior is done at least. And then we've got our hidden storage system back here, which is cool. All right, let's take a nap and we'll look around some more. Slight issue. Which way do I go to get home? There's no. Oh, this is a low ceiling. So, yeah, no Nether Hub per se. And, this is 115. That's right. This is before the Nether update, even. So, this is all going to be like old Nether. So, it's basically just like Netherrack all the time, everywhere. So, interesting. All right. Oh wait, I was mistaken. It is 1.16. Okay. So it is new Nether. Never mind. Boy, I really did not know how to make safety bridges and oh god. Oh, this could be interesting. Why did I build the bridge like this? Why did I do this? What was wrong with me? Don't mind me, just running across the Crimson Forest with no gold on. Bye guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. So this is the Nether Hub that I built. So this is another hub inside a Soul Sand Valley. So I built this to make it look like this Nether had sort of taken over this piece of like a fortress that it was in here in the middle of it. So I like because once again, so you can see where I'm going with this, at least. You can see the design. You can see the design starting to evolve, too, into different things. Now, obviously, open glowstone. It's not all that great. Do we have lanterns at this point? I can't even remember. It was 1.16. We must have had lanterns, right? Because that's the Nether update, and 1.15 was... Why did I do glowstone in the corners? And why is that hole there? Oh, I don't even want to ask. All right, let's go through and see what we've got over here. Oh, I remember this. Oh, so this place has got some of my favorite builds in it. So you can see over here, this is the beginnings of my idea of doing like waterfalls where you've got the campfires underneath, make it look like particles coming up from the bottom of the waterfall. The village. That's right. This was the village that I built for those villagers over there. And then 116.2 hit or the snapshot. The snapshot for 1.116, the second snapshot for it hit and basically erased all the villagers from existence. They just went away. So I had to find a new village. But this has got some great builds in it that I really enjoyed. So, we've got all of these houses over here that were very much most supposed to be like very South American and Central American kind of inspired. These bright colors with basic interiors because they were supposed to be for villagers, but these bright colors, same plan for a lot of them to make them look more uniform. But I really liked the way these turned out. And once again, here you can see like building architectural styles starting to come together. You're starting to see like the Akoto build style is coming together, especially with things like down here with this river that I made. Because remember, this was just a gully before, if you remember this series at all. This was just a gully, and I turned it into a river coming down from that waterfall up there because I thought it would look good. And it did turn out to look very, very good. So I was very happy with it. And we've got lights underneath the leaves down there just to give it a little bit more character. And this bridge, I've always liked this bridge. I know it's not a very difficult design. It's just basically different types of sandstone and buttons and a couple of trapdoors. But I've always liked this bridge. I was just thinking about this bridge the other day, and I couldn't remember what series I did it in, and now I know. It was in the series. And the Hacienda. I had so much fun in this Hacienda. I had so much fun building this Hacienda. This thing was great. So, doesn't look as great now, does it? It's a little forehead, huh? It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It still looks good. I still like it. Let's go look at this, see if I remember the interior all that well. Let's go in here and take a look. So, open the door. Oh yeah, we got the diorite and granite floor that I was just like, I don't want to work with diorite, and then I put them together, and I was like, that doesn't look terrible. And our ceilings here, and this is the series. Why is there just a? Why do I have a random shulker box here? I'm so confused. All right, we'll pick that up. On the veranda porch thing out here with the pergola. Oh, oh, so good. And then the village over there that got depopulated, but because we were right next to a mesa. Yeah. So I mean, so this is the Kusa Plays Minecraft world, and this is the world that actually XB Crafted rated me on one day when I was streaming over on Twitch, and I swear because that was right at the beginning of Hermitcraft season 7. I want to say. Yeah, season 7. So he rated me like right before season 7 started. He was just streaming with like him and Firecracker. We're streaming over on Twitch, and he rated me, and it was really cool. I was hanging out with him. He's a cool guy. But I swear that Vintage Beef must have been with him on that raid, because Hermitcraft season 7, what does Vintage Beef build? A hacienda. He got the idea from me. Or at least, that's kind of like, what I tell myself. He probably didn't. Honestly, he probably straight up got the idea just from different things, and it was just, I just happened to be the one that they rated, and if he was there, so be it. But I swear he may have gotten the idea from me. He's like, "Ooh, hacienda, that sounds interesting." So, because this is the idea is this was going to be a very Central American style hacienda. It's once again very bright colors, very garish, which is kind of what he built too. Except he built his was much better than mine. let's be honest, his was amazing in season 7, and mine's not terrible. This up here, I struggled with this because I didn't know exactly what to do, and I think if I had just left it with like maybe a third peak or something in the middle rather than this whatever this is, it would have looked much better. But behind it, over here, we have... Oh, that doesn't look anywhere near as good as I remembered. So this is up here on the... Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just go look at it. Oh, I forgot about this. So back here, it still works. Cool. Is my farming area. That's right. So we're doing melons and pumpkins over here, sugarcane over here, bamboo over here, cactus over here. And oh yeah, I forgot. And then cocoa beans over that with the world's most ridiculous machine. Like you want to see the most pointless thing ever, the most pointless machine you've ever seen. It's an automatic cocoa bean farm, except now you have to do this and replant it, and it's really not automatic or even good for that matter. It's really not. Over here we've got an egg farm. We've got our cow farm over here, where we go up there and feed the cows. Where's my storage area here? Where did it go? Yep, I've forgotten how to get into my own farms. You got to remember, it's been a minute since I've been on this world. It's been, oh God, this has been 2 years. Yeah, this has been 2 years. 3 years. It's been 3 years. Wow. Yeah, it's been 3 years. Wait a minute. Aha! I found it. Okay. So this is how you get down to the storage system. So yeah, you get down to the storage system here, and we've got all of our stuff. How are our farms doing? Ooh, that's not bad. No, it's not terrible either. We've got a ton of cactus probably. Some sugar cane. All the bamboo you could ever possibly want to eat. And and everything gets delivered down here. This still works. Still works. Awesome. Okay, got distracted. Wait a minute. Oh, this is my AFK area. I just tried to go out my AFK area. Oops. Oh, yeah. It's been a while. Cool. All right, so let's... my vine farm. Quote-unquote farm. Sweet. So let's go back upstairs, because this is what I want to show you. Welcome, everyone, to the Church of the Storage. This is my idea of a mission. And once again, I'm making everything out of brick. We do have a little bit more detail, though. We've got some andesite thrown in. We've got the granite on the side. We've got some vines. We've got the bells up there. So, I mean, it's and up there you get the dragon egg and the dragon head, which I put up there for display, but you really can't see them. But so you can see me getting better. I'm getting better, but I'm still not where I am today. But I was really happy with this when I built it, just simply because I loved the interior design. Oh, look, more dragon heads. This was I thought a stroke of genius. So you've got basically you put down a item frame with a block of terracotta and then a torch on it, and it basically makes a candle holder, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a neat design. I like it. But yeah, this is the Church of Storage. So all of my storage, everything in here, it's a manual storage system, so it's not automatic, but it's very cool looking. I mean, and when I built it originally with the the chest down, just the bottom row of chest, it looked like a mass casualty event because it looked like a bunch of caskets, and that was kind of weird. But yeah, we've got all of our crafting stations over here on each side. We've got all of our storage. I mean, I was pretty happy with this when I built it. I'm still pretty happy with it. It's still pretty nice. Not up to my current standards, I admit, but not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, that was so this was the Koos Plays Minecraft world, and this was my favorite world I had ever done when I did it at the time, because I just loved the different designs that I was trying out, the different things that I was doing, like that farm design down there. Oh, and the turtle habitat on the other side of it, you can see over there. That was the fountains. This is the first time I'd tried to do anything on a larger scale, with multiple buildings, trying to sort of tie everything together like I did. Because, like, if you remember in the Versus the Mental Illness world, really, versus the mental illness world, you had a lot of different buildings, but they're very disparate build styles. This I tried to keep to one style all the way through. That Central and South American and like Mexico style of build with the hacienda and the villager huts over there and the mission and that kind of thing. And then the industrial district was more of an 1890s, Gilded Age New York kind of look, was what I was going for there. So I tried to keep everything together in that particular style. So I was really happy with this world, and I'm pleased to show it off to you that may not have seen it the first time around. Having said that, let's get out of the rain and go somewhere else. And that somewhere else is my personal long-term survival world that a lot of you have never seen before. And I showed it off for like maybe a 2-minute segment in my Hardcore Heroes finale. But that was really about it. So this world, you can start seeing more of the style that I've got kind of evolving, because this is Spawn. So this is the Spawn portion of this particular world. And the headcanon that I had for it was, this is like a building that's sort of fallen down over the course of the last thousands of years. So you have all this smooth stone that did make up the outside of the building that's just sort of fallen away. The facade has fallen away and just sort of landed over here and over there. These are old roads that went around to the different buildings in this area. You can see there's the footprint of a couple of buildings here around Spawn. So you have the Spawn area that's very overgrown, very ruined. You have like a couple of destroyed little bistros around here. And then over here you have a newsstand. How many of you know what a newsstand is? Anyone? Show of hands. Okay. So a newsstand is where, before the advent of the internet, you would go to these places that would sell like magazines and books and other things. You see them in like old movies where they basically had people selling newspapers and periodicals. You could buy like snacks and cigarettes and stuff like that from them. So this is a newsstand. This is exactly what this is. And down here in the chest, we've got, like, I was going to invite a couple of people to this world and basically say, hey, here you go. You're at Spawn, so you have to find the base. And because, it's post-apocalyptic, you have stick plus rock equals sword. Hey, look, it's better than Bloody Knuckles. The lodestone compass, which takes you to my base. Some really stale baguettes. And the Happy Hazmat TM set. So you can be protected from radiation poisoning and stuff. That joke, that didn't age well, considering where we're at right now. But, that's where we're at. A little bit of a mountain or a fountain monument kind of thing over here that fell over. But yeah, this is the Spawn area, and I'm still really pleased with the way this turned out. I think the Spawn area on here is awesome. So it's a very cool little area. I mean, I like the way it looks, but it isn't the piece de resistance of this world. This is the piece de resistance of this world. So this is my main base area that we've got. This whole area is really cool because there's a village right over there. But if we land, oh, I missed the landing. Hang on, let's just fly around for a minute. So if we land up here, you can see sort of the entire area. And there's a couple of things here that I really like, and there's a couple of things here that I wish I could, go back and change. But, I mean, that's every Minecraft world. You find things that you're just like, I don't know what I think about that. But the clock tower, I was really pleased with the way that the clock tower turned out. A handy tip. So let's grab our spyglass here. So if you go into F1 and hit the spyglass, you have Optifine Zoom. Yay me. Because I don't use Optifine. I know, I don't use Optifine. But yeah, I was really happy with the way that this turned out. This is a tree farm. That's all that's in there. This is a giant tree farm. But I like the way that the different types of blocks. So notice when I built this, I was starting to work with different types of roofing concepts. I was using different materials, trying to figure out what looked best. Now, obviously, it's kind of flat with the roof there. If I had it to do over again, I'd probably add in more detail there. But I was really pleased with the clock tower itself, the way that it came out, using copper and a few other things, and the red light on top to ward off aircraft. Different type of roof for that. So I was pretty pleased with that. Over here we have the farm that's for show. And it's just a very organic looking farm with scarecrows and a water tower, which I still look at this and go, I could have made that so much better. But at the time, it actually looked pretty good, and I still kind of like it. So the water comes out there, it goes into little canals that go all around the outside of the farm. And what happened over? Oh, must have been an Enderman that grabbed that. Enderman griefing, I swear. There's really nothing to do but get around it. But then I did the whole lights in the trees thing. If you notice down there, that is a daylight sensor. So all around this area that had a bunch of trees in it, we have lights in the trees. So we basically can light up the area, spawn-proof it, and have a forest still. So that's every single one of these trees has that in it. But if we go down a little bit further here, we can take a look at some of the other things we've got built. Like this over here, of all things, is a mushroom farm. I wanted to make farms for everything in this world. So this inside here is a mushroom farm. Very simple design. Basically just using some minecarts, some podzol, one mushroom, and spawn-proofing everything else so that mushrooms only grow in certain areas where they basically get harvested by sticky pistons using observers. They get knocked into a minecart hopper and then into a storage system, which is just down here. It's just one chest. I didn't figure I needed that much because they're very slow farms. Extremely, you can tell how slow a farm this thing is. Over here we've got are these still working, I wonder? Which one's this? This is the egg farm up here. We have a cow farm, which has nothing in it because we need to feed the cows. And then over here we have a wool farm with sheep. Notice it only has 20 wool in here right now. It's because I cleared out a bunch of wool from that. So this is a pretty standard sheep farm where it's just grass, a dispenser with shears, an observer, and a hopper minecart that takes it down into the storage. So pretty simple. Here we have Scapula. Scapula, Socks, and Eddie, our three pets. But then down here we have the bunker. And I love this build. even now where I look at it and go, well, there's things I could do different. I love this build a lot. It just the fact that, look at this. I mean, when I first got in here, I basically had this going over here, this stopped about here, and then we had the back area back here. And that was it. And then as I got further and further along in the progression, I decided I needed automatic storage. I needed both auto smelters for food and for ores, in addition to just a regular smelter for things like glass and things like that, which I've also got in here. So, I mean, it's some very simple... Oh, yeah, this is Broom Closet and Big Red Button. The Big Red Button is an Iron Man machine, so it's effectively got extra armor in it. So it's an automatic armor stand equipper. So Mumbo would be very proud. But we've got all of our various different crafting stations over here. We've got... What's on the lectern? Oh, just a book. Okay, I just figured this on there. We have automatic sorted storage, so you put everything in there, and it sorts it out into various different things. Like you've got wood over here, you've got pumpkins over here, you've got carrots, you've got all the different blocks, ice, coal, uh, warped nelium, crimson nelium, all the different kinds of stuff. And tons of crafting tables because they make really good pathways inside of bases. So this is a very kind of Fallout-inspired style of Vault because I wanted to go... I was playing a lot of Fallout at the time, and I wanted to have something that was inspired by the Fallout vaults. So I made a majority of the color scheme in here is very blue. So even the pillars with this polished basalt has that blue tinge to it. So, and then this up here, if you notice, this is blackstone. But even the blackstone has like little hints of like dark blues in it. So I wanted to keep that as the main theme. Just some very blue looking things in here. So, and of course we have our theme music, which is Pig Step. And then the carpet on the floor. This is just the warped fungus blocks. Our infinite water source is a fountain that comes out of the wall, which I really liked. And then we have like various storage for other like random things over here. So this is our main food storage, for instance. So meat and vegetables and fruits and bread, cakes, a whole bunch. I know why I have all this pumpkin pie. I traded with villagers and got a ton of pumpkin pie. Over here we've got our enchanting area. We've got our little reading nook. We've got our table where we sit around and discuss things. We've got storage for like miscellaneous stuff, coral, emeralds, diamonds. Boy, I was doing really well with diamonds. That's nice. And then just random blocks where I was just like, I don't know what to put in here. Let's just toss that in. So, we can drop our moss off over here. And why do I have a clock on me? Oh, hey. I'm probably one of the few people left on Earth that still has a bundle, because this was all done in a lot of the 1.16 and 1.17 snapshots. So bundles were still a thing. So I own a bundle. So take that, Minecraft MLG players. I have something you probably don't have at all. I have a bundle. I have one bundle, but I have a bundle. So I've updated this to 1.18. I'm amazed that it's still here. And then if you go, well, actually, you know what? Let's go to the other direction first, because if you go over here, we have a trash can. But if you go over here, so this is the mine and Nether Hub downstairs, which is, just a mine and a Nether Hub. But over here, we have all of our different farms that we've done and a few people. So we have Roger the Shrubber, who's retired. He's our mending villager. And then we got a guy that we can trade goods or trade produce to. And here we go. So now you're starting to see that I'm actually getting good at interior design, where I'm using different block structures. I'm using some different types of blocks. I'm using things like, bamboo for tables and stuff like that. I'm still very proud of this automatic bee farm over here. So that over there gives you honeycomb, and those over there give you honey automatically. And we have about 1 billion bees in there. And every time I open the door, 3 get out. But that's, in fact, I just thought I saw one. Nope. And over here, we've got a couple of different farms. We've got bamboo. We've got kelp, which squid keeps spawning in, but that's okay. Like glow squid spawn over here. We've got sea pickles. We did not go with the automatic cocoa bean farm this time around because that was dumb. Vines, cactus, so that's all in there. And then if you go down here a little bit, you get to the Temple of Bling. Can you tell why it's called the Temple of Bling? And can you tell that 1.17 was on its way, and a lot of this was done in that snapshot, because there's amethyst everywhere. So yes, this is the Temple of Bling that even comes with the Book of Bling, which we're not going to read, because to read the Book of Bling would be blasphemy. Just let your imagination run wild. And then over here we've got a lot of our food farms. So some of our food farms. We do have an automatic basalt, automatic cobble gen on this wall. We've got melon and pumpkin farm over here. We've got a sugarcane farm over here. And then over here, we have basically the automatic bread maker, which if you turn it on, see what it does. Notice down there, there's farmland. In here, there's bone meal. I think you know the rest. You grab stuff, put it in there. It creates whatever it is. It gets dark, it pops out, you put another one in, so on and so forth. So automatic food farm in there. So, and then down here, we have a much better designed skeleton farm. It looks so much better than the skeleton farm I had in my therapy world. Just simply because we've detailed it quite a bit more, and we're using barrels for storage rather than having chests just randomly everywhere. Now, obviously, to make this work, you've got to have chests to have all the drops run into, but then you can pull them out of there and put them on over here. So like over here we've got, so there's our bones. We used all the bone blocks, that's right. We've got various different types of armor that drop off the skeletons. We've got arrows galore. Over here I think we have bows. Yep, we have bows on this wall. So barrels don't store as much, but they definitely look better as far as a storage solution goes. And they just, you just walk over here and smack at the skeletons, and everything falls in the hopper and goes into the chest down here, which has got some basic stuff in it. So much better design for a skeleton farm. Oh yeah. Okay. So the Nether Hub was sort of a throwback to the Minecraft versus mental illness world, because it's much more about nethery kind of looking stuff with the red stained glass, with the nether brick roof, some stone here. We've got an auto smelter that's actually, what are you smelting? What are you? Oh my goodness, you're smelting netherrack. You're smelting all the netherrack. Okay, fair enough. How am I looking on? Oh, I'm still going coal. Good. So I've got a bunch of different materials down here that I was building this Nether Hub out of, and then starting to do things like, put in boat rails and stuff. So with the Fortress and Blade Grinder, that way the Amethyst Mine, the Warp Forest is that direction. I think the Crimson Forest is over here. Oh yeah, the Bastion. Oh, we found a Piglin Bastion. That's right. So Piglin Bastion and Warp Forest over there. Jungle, in Portal, Copper Mine. So yeah, this is a much, and then and then over here we have Porculus. Oh, who doesn't like me because I'm not wearing gold? So yes, Porculus is our resident piglin trader over here. So we just come by, like when I have a bunch of gold, I just come by and just toss it at him and then just wait for him to throw things out. Obviously, it's not automated or anything. The plan was I was going to automate this and just never quite got around to it, because I just didn't do a whole lot of piglin trading after I got some basic stuff off of them. So it was just one of those things I was just like, I don't really need a bunch of piglin trading. And I was still in the process of building this, going out to the different areas. And of course, we've got our respawn acre. So a little bit simpler and a little bit less of more what I would consider my style. It's a much simpler style, although I really like this. I wish though, because these are lit, but you can't see them through the glass. You cannot see the fact that they are lit through the glass. Like over here, you can see these are all lit, but you can't see them through the glass as being lit because there's a block in the way, which is, it's a little upsetting, but not too much. And then down here, so I did have floating candles. I thought that would look cool, but it just ended up looking dumb. And then down here, we've got the Netherite Mine, and the Portal and Copper Mine are both up that direction. So the portal room to the end is sort of normal, but like if you go over here, you get to the Netherite Mine, which goes all the way down there. Luckily, my Nether spawn was actually close to the floor of the Nether, as you can see out there with this amazing view. So it's close to the floor of the Nether. So I was able to just basically dig down like 50 blocks, and I was at Netherite level. So that is that's the Nether Hub, and I think that's pretty much it in this particular world. Because there's like a village, but it's pretty standard kind of stuff. I'm starting to put glass over it and make it like a big dome, so it looks more like the dome out of Logan's Run. So there is that, but other than that, this is pretty much the world. And this is a long-term world that I jump on every once in a while, just when I'm trying to get ideas or something like that. And I just go in here and look around. I just hadn't been to the Nether in a while, so interesting. So we got a couple more places to go that I think you'll like, including one that's actually modded, but one that I have never shown off before, ever. And I've shown like pieces of this world off, pieces of all the worlds I've shown off, but there's one that I want you to see that has never been seen before, so I'm very excited about that. Let's go. And the next world is this one, which a lot of you will probably recognize because this is the Urban Renewal world. So this was a series that I was doing right before I started All of Fabric 4, I believe. That the idea is that we were going to basically make a mega city. We were going to try and get to 500 villagers, and I was going to stand in as effectively the mayor of this particular city. And we didn't get there. we didn't get there because, to be perfectly honest, I started getting burned out with vanilla Minecraft at that point. I was just like, I mean, I had gone through that Hardcore Hero series and died in there, and that made me feel like all kinds of not okay. And I started doing this series, and I was really enjoying it, but then I just kind of got burned out on it because villagers are dumb, and trying to like wrangle them is it's almost impossible. So we just kind of stopped on this series, and I started doing some more modded series. But that is not to say I regretted my time in this world, because I absolutely did not. I made some things in this world that I had never tried before, because we went with a totally new building style, which was kind of a Art Deco-y kind of style. So if you notice, the apartments over here for the villagers are all done in a very turn of the century kind of building style. Hello. Did you miss me? No, I didn't figure. So all the buildings are done in this very Art Deco kind of style, which is much different than anything that I had tried to do before. And it definitely made me a better builder. Like, we've got a farmer's market over here. So if you go back a little bit further, let's go over here. And you can see, yep, we get the market over there. Obviously moss had just come out because there's moss and stuff everywhere here. So we've got our farming area and our farmer's market, where we've got farmers, we've got a butcher and a few other things in here. So plenty of workstations for our future villagers to take advantage of. Same thing with this little market here. We've got tables and these here. This is a great trick you can do with like a coal block to make it look like a bucket of coal, which I thought was really cool. And then over here, we've got tables for all of our different workers. We've got, glass case with armor in it, all that kind of stuff. So, cocoa bean farm, the new cocoa bean farm that actually is not automatic, but looks much, much nicer because it's very organic. The Iron Golem retirement plan right here. That's exactly what this is, because we can't make an iron farm in this world because that would be considered, enslaving villagers, and we can't do that. We have to be the mayor. We cannot be, that guy. The New York Public Library, which I'm still not all that pleased with. I wish I could have made it a little bit better and I'd had a little bit more room, but it still came together pretty well, I think. Not my greatest, but it's fine. This little, meeting area for the Illuminati, because why not? And a couple of the original buildings are left here in the city, because this was a village when we found it. Like, I left the church, I left the fountain in the middle here, but we pretty much revamped everything here. And then if we, I don't have a firework in my hand. I should probably fix that, huh? And then if we go on a little bit of a flight here, we can show you the other area that I was working on when I did kind of abandon this project, and that is the industrial area, which is going to be effectively the 1893 Chicago World's Fair is what I'm going for here, is the look. And we've got all of our farms. You notice down there we've got tons of different farms. We have every single farm that you could have pretty much in Minecraft, out as far as for crops go, because you've got potatoes and carrots, wheat, beetroot, netherwort. Over on the other side, you've got your melon and pumpkin farm over there. You've got your sugarcane. You've got your cactus. You've got your bamboo. The only things I hadn't made yet, we've got a chorus farm, which it's very hard to do a chorus farm that isn't manual, by the way. Only thing we hadn't done yet is down there you have kelp, mushroom farm. We hadn't done that yet. And the slime farm, which is right over here, which never did work, which is odd to me, because I basically had it all dug out, but then slimes don't spawn down there. I was very confused, and I was still very confused on that. Food farms and wool farms. We've got eggs, pork, beef, and wool over here. And then the piece de resistance of this particular area starts over here, which is my transportation system for all of these different farms. So all of these farms basically link up into this transportation system that takes everything and sends it along here. And it's open because, if you remember the 1893 World's Fair, the idea was it was a demonstration area, so you could actually interact with the exhibits and things like that, which is why we have this over here, where you basically pull this lever, it sends a signal, it harvests all these farms, and they all go down into storage down there. I'm not going to do it because it's a lag machine. It really is. It lags so bad. But all this goes over to that building, which is another building that I'm very proud of. And this whole area I'm actually kind of proud of too. Like the building itself, I thought came together pretty well. Now, once again, you're going to look at it and go, "Oh God, it's stone brick again." But there's depth and there's detail to it this time, and there's different textures and colors that we're using with the deep slate and the nether brick fence. And then you look over here and you've got this just super cool pond with the tree growing in the middle of it and the axolotls around and all the different bushes and everything. Because the idea is this was supposed to be effectively a supermarket before there was such a thing as supermarkets, when everyone was using farmers markets and things like that. So this was like the market of tomorrow. And then over here you've got the overflow chest, but that whole system goes over here, goes into a water elevator and gets sorted into the various different things that we've got in here. So you got eggs, cactus, bamboo, mushrooms, which we don't have any of yet, carrots, potatoes, sugarcane, which we got plenty of, beetroot seeds, beetroot, pork and beef, featherwort, kelp. We got a fair amount of kelp already, but we just haven't made the farm for it. Various coarse fruit and all that. Slime balls, which notice there's no slime balls in there, is because that I can't get slimes to spawn in that slime chunk, which makes no sense whatsoever. Tons of wheat, and then tons of melons and pumpkins over here too. So that was the idea, this was going to be sort of the demonstration of the market of tomorrow today, and that's what this is. And so all of this basically gets tossed over into a water elevator, which is over there, goes up and gets sorted into an auto sorting system, which I thought was cool. I was pretty happy with it. So that's what we were doing over here for this particular area with with all the farms, as we were turning it into the World's Fair with the facades and everything. And here we go again with the stone brick. But once again, this is a different kind of thing. The stone brick, the 1893 World's Fair, like everything they built for it, they were all facades. They were all built out of wood and made to look like this shining white kind of brick and quartz and very Romanesque architecture and all that. But it was all facades. It was all just basically wood painted to look that way that they put up around Lake Michigan at the time in Chicago. That was basically what it is. It's called the White City. And that's pretty much what I was trying to recreate here, although in a much different way. So rather than using white, which there's not a whole lot of white blocks in Minecraft that you can do things like this with. I suppose I could have done it out of quartz if I had gotten more quartz from our guys over there, but that would have taken forever. Whereas cobblestone is cheap. And we can turn into that real quick. But I did use, once again, we've got it's basically deep slate, basalt, and stone brick, which is the same kind of theme we've got going all throughout here. With some lighting provided by these lanterns on this little setup that I've got here with copper rods and some warped wood, because once again the blue mixes with the blue and the basalt. So that's what we've got going on over here. And of course this is supposed to be like a main avenue. There'd be windows, you could look in and see the farms working and all that, and put vendors and stuff around here. And then it was going to go into various different things all around this area. So this was going to be a huge industrial area. And even with all the farms in here, you look at it, we're only using like a third of the area over there, and then that area for storage. So we still had all of this room to play with, to do all sorts of different kinds of contraptions and farms and machines and stuff like that. That was the plan for over here. So this was going to be the industrial area for urban renewal. And then the residential area would sprawl out. We were going to have a nature preserve over there, a whole bunch of different stuff. So this world, it definitely excited me. But I just got burned out on vanilla Minecraft for a while. I really did. I was just like, I felt like I had done everything, and then that was going to be a blimp. I felt like I'd done everything, and I'd done a whole bunch of different things in vanilla Minecraft, and it was starting to get it's like after you've played Minecraft for a while, and it just kind of, you get to the point where you're just like, I got to go do something else for a while. And I did. So I went and played some modded. And all of you showed up for my modded series, which was really cool. It's like I did series for all Fabric. I did Newcraft. Hi, Pig. I did, and then I did all the Mod 7, and that's where a lot of you came from. And I do appreciate that. So, yeah, it's when I started doing modded, was I just got to the point where I was like, I was kind of burned out on vanilla Minecraft. This was before 1.18, of course. So, now that 1.18 hit, I might go back to do some vanilla Minecraft here in the future. Not right now. I think I'm still gonna go with some modded stuff. But yeah, this was Urban Renewal, and it was a lot of fun. And you can see the build style has definitely gotten better. It's definitely improved since that first couple that I showed you, where now you've got much more depth, much more detail, more interesting builds, things that catch your eye, and you look at it and go, that's really cool, rather than some of the stuff that I was building three and a half years ago, where it was just like, okay, that's not terrible, but I don't know. But yeah, the apartment buildings over there, like the brownstones, the governor's or the mayoral mansion over here, I really like. So you're definitely seeing a lot of improvement in what I've done over the years, and yeah, I'm really happy with this world. I miss this world, but by the same token, I don't miss this world because villagers are absolutely exhausting. All right, so we're going to go look at one other thing, and as I promised to you before, it is something that has never been seen before, probably by any of you here in the audience, except for maybe a couple of people that went over to Oni's streams. So hang on to your hats. And the last thing I'm going to show you today is something completely different. As you may notice, we are no longer in vanilla. We are now in a modded server. This is Oni Mild Pack 3. And this is basically a pack that I was playing with first Oni, Kitty Loves Ozzy, Memnolly, and a few other people at the end of last year and beginning of this year, that I'm hoping we can get back to because I really enjoy this pack and I really enjoy what Oni's done with it. But yeah, I built something over here. So this is, some of you may recognize this. This is the Ghostbusters building from the Ghostbusters original movie. And quite frankly, the only Ghostbusters that matters. Sorry, but not sorry. So as you can tell, it is the Ghostbusters building. And so this is where I was living before. This is a pre-generated structure that I just sort of took over and made my farms and stuff out here, but then I decided I needed to build something else, and someone suggested, how about the Ghostbusters building? And I went, you're on, and we built it, and it's pretty epic, I gotta admit. Didn't ever get completely finished with it, but I was really happy with the way this turned out. Let me tell you, the ability to fly with the angel ring really, really, really helped making this particular structure, but it's as close as I could get to the Ghostbusters building. Like, I need the sign out front, but in order to do that, I'd need to do like a map, I guess, for the sign, and you'd have to find like a flat area and do the pixel art for the map and blah 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 blah. And I didn't really feel like doing that, so I just sort of built the outside building here. So we have the building pretty close to the Ghostbusters building, I think. With a couple of exceptions. I mean, to just ignore the back. The back is still sort of this was sort of a work in progress, but I was really happy with the way this turned out. And this is like this kind of stuff I love building in modded, because we have access to so many different types of blocks and so many different colors of wood, and it came together really well. So I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. And if you go inside, so on the first floor here, I've got my looter trophy. We've got our blast furnace and I don't know why this keeps happening on this. Just certain textures don't render. I think it's just this is the Immersive Engineering coke oven, and this is the Immersive Engineering blast furnace. And one of the two of them, the texture just won't load in. I'm not sure why, but it just doesn't. But we've got some stuff that we found in the better nether here. That we've got like this brazier out here. We've got our enchanting area over here with a couple of different enchanting types of things. We've got our simple storage setup. Oh, I love the simple storage setup so much. I missed it so much at the very end of all the mod 7. I was like, where's my simple storage? Why did you get rid of it? But yeah, and we've got our obsidian furnace here with that kind of setup, which will be, if those of you that watch all the mod 7, you'll recognize this. This is my standard sort of furnace setup for it. We've got some workstations over here. We've got the fire and ice book. And I think this came out pretty well. Now, you'll see this little white square. Unfortunately, like, I couldn't match up texture or color. God, I love the way that this looks. The marble, the chisel marble. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I couldn't quite match up colors because some of the colors didn't match, but these are elevators basically taking up to the different floors. So if we go down to the basement first, you find the rooms of horror. Oh, my villager went away. Uh-oh. Oops. So over here we have, and I don't know why the signs keep disappearing, but this is the Murderotron 10,000. This basically will give you all of the leather and meat and everything else that you ever possibly want when you turn it on. So if we go over here and actually turn the machine on, so we have to go around the back. Where did I? Oh no, it's up top. That's right. So we turn off. If I can get to the button, there we go. We turn off the water, and you're going to notice things are going to start immediately happening here. This is basically just blessed earth. So animals will start showing up soon at some point. Some point soon, animals will show up. Oh, there went a pig. It's very quick. It's you gotta be quick because that thing will. Yeah, it's angry and it's not spinning though, but it's working. Okay, that's because I put in the meat machine here. That's right, the Mop Slaughter Factory rather than using that. So that basically the Mop Slaughter Factory. Oh, did I turn it off? Whoops. That was not smart of me. No, it's still working. Okay, good. So yeah, the Mop Slaughter Factory will slaughter the things. It creates liquid meat and pink slime that we can actually pull out of here, which is nice. And then it drops all the drops down into the storage network below. Same thing for this one. This is the cursed earth version of this particular farm. So if we turn this off, you're going to see a whole bunch of angry things start spawning over here. And we are using this and this spike up here for Endermen, so we can get Ender Pearls. And if you notice over here, oh yeah, you're done. Sometimes Ender Pearls drop, sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends. I think Ender Pearls were dropping, and I used them for something, I want to say. Oh yeah, there he goes. Oh, zombie villager. Sorry, dude. But as you can see, this thing works. These things work pretty well. Going up to the next floor, we have sort of the bunkhouse. This is where all of the firefighters would sleep. We've got our full cooking with blockheads set up over here on the wall. We've got a fridge full of ingredients. We've got all our cooked food is... there's different cookies. So we're using Farmer's Delight and Thermal Series, so you can do things like stuffed peppers. You can do that. And what else? And then normal Minecraft. So yeah, Farmer's Delight is the one that Oni put into this, which is a really good mod. It's really a really fun farming mod because it gives you a lot of different things rather than Croptopia does. Like thermal cultivation's in here too, so you can do certain things with that. Like I was showing you over here, Thermal Series will give you these stuffed peppers, which are really, really good. But we've been eating a lot of mutton wraps because those are amazing food. So yeah, full cooking with blockhead setups. We got the industrial lighting in here with the prismarine, which I thought looked really good. You go to the next floor, and we've got our illegal grow room, where I just love the way you can chisel glowstone to look like this. It's so good. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff growing up here. We've got onions, we've got cabbage, we've got nether stars. Don't eat those. We've got various different Inferium essence over here. We've got plastic essence because we needed plastic for different things. Melons and pumpkins back here. If I can get to the pumpkins. Hang on, there we go. So we got melons and pumpkins. We got all the normal Minecraft crops. Also, we got a lot of the Farmer's Delight crops. And, of course, hemp for industrial engineering back here. We've got, what is this? This is our cedar root that's growing back here. We're growing some wood. So we've got wood growing operations going on. For some reason, the Vexing Archwood from Ars Nouveau gives us tons of apples. So if we do like a gold essence from Mystical Agriculture, we could have pretty much unlimited golden apples, which would be awesome. Over here you can see when they get full with these little elite hopper botany pots, when these things get full, they just stop growing. So you don't have to worry about like excess getting thrown on the floor or anything. So, and these three especially, sugarcane, sweet berries, and bamboo get filled really fast, as does netherwort. And then we're also got wither roses over here, just because. Next floor up, is the bedroom. And it is the gaudiest thing. This is like Hugh Hefner's bedroom up here, man. It's so gaudy. We've got like the red carpet. We've got some of the stuff from the Better Nether Reforged, like the stool and these chest of drawers, which actually work, which is awesome. We've got our immersive engineering workbench up here. Our waystone that goes to who you're going to call. And our respawner statue from Nether Reforged as well, and a little closet where we are putting our obituaries we put over here. But we've got 2 sets of armor in here that we're going to use at some point, which are really cool sets of armor. And then our bed, 4-poster bed, because it's Hugh Hefner's bedroom. You've got to have a 4-poster bed. I mean, come on, you got to have that, and it's orange. And I went ahead and did the obsidian glass with the regular glass, so it's like a double glass system, which I thought looked really good around this. So you've got these big glass in areas where you can still look out and see what's going on, but you're sort of protected from people. Where is that zombie noise coming from? It really irritates me. So it basically protects you from everything else that's going on. So this is the build that you've never seen, and I love these Cinesite lanterns. They're so good. Better Nether Reforged is such a good mod. So that's our bedroom. That is our bedroom in here with the carpet and everything, and it's fun. it's fun. Went too far, and I enjoy it. And of course, we've got our nether painting that we just jump through to get to the nether over here, which is really nice. It's dark. We should sleep. But yeah, this is a... Whoop, come on. There we go. Back upstairs. So this is... What do you mean there are monsters? Where is there a monster? Is there one that spawned on the roof or something? What is going on here? We'll find him. Actually, you know what? We'll go downstairs and sleep in this bed. There we go. We'll just sleep in the bunk bed tonight. But this was a really fun build to do. Took a couple of days to actually get all this put together, but I really like the way that this turned out. And it was just like someone for fun decided to say, you should build this because that would be a pain in the ass, wouldn't it? And I'm like, yeah, probably, but I'll do it anyway. So I did. And I think it turned out really well. It was a really fun build. It was a really good build, and it's really enjoyable to live in this particular world. And that's something I would say for those of you out there who are actually playing this game who like playing both modded and vanilla, is whether you prefer modded or vanilla, honestly, where you live really will determine how much you enjoy playing the game. Because if you live in a hole in the ground or a dirt hut or something and you don't really like it, it's not hard to lose your attachment to that particular world, to just get sort of burned out with it. But if you live in an epic place like the Ghostbusters headquarters, or a Fallout bunker, or the Pirate Cove from All the Mod 7 or something like that, if you live in one of those, you look forward to logging in every single time going, I get to hang out in my cool piratey base, or I get to hang out and be a Ghostbuster, or any number of different things. It's always a lot more fun when you have a base that you really love in a world that you really love that you can come back to. And that's every time I would log on to Oni's server, especially after I got this done, I was looking forward to logging in every single time, just because it was ooh, I get to hang out in the Ghostbusters mansion some more. And it was always a good time. I just wish this issue would have been solved, but I don't know what's causing that. Honestly, I really don't. But so that's the world you've never seen, is this particular world on Oni's world with Oni Mild Pack 3. Oni Mild Pack 3 is available on the CurseForge launcher, by the way. Just type in Oni Mild Pack 3 and it'll bring it right up for you. So it's got a lot of different stuff in it as far as tech mods and magic mods. It's got a little bit of everything for people. It's got Ars Nouveau, it's got Blood Magic, it's got Maho Sukai. It's got a bunch of atmospheric and environmental mods in it that make these just super cool structures. It's a really that's a hobbit hole down there, which I thought was funny. It's just a really good pack that he put together, because Oni puts together fantastic packs just in general, but this one I had a lot of fun with. On this particular pack. I mean, and I haven't even gone to fight the dragon or anything yet. I haven't done half the stuff you can do in this pack, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun in this particular pack. But just because we play a ton of Minecraft on this channel does not mean it is the only game I enjoy. For instance, here we are in 7 Days to Die, and my sort of long-term-ish kind of playthrough I've got for this. As you can see, I already have myself a 4x4, and I've got a drone behind me, which I'm going to rip off Jawoodle and call it Deeds. It's DD the drone. And, yeah, so this isn't a game I really enjoy playing. Oh, hello, lag. We must be spawning in zombies. This is a game I really enjoy playing just simply because, I mean, come on. It's an open world zombie survival crafting game that apparently is trying to load everything in the world downtown here. So let's just hop out for a second. So yeah, everything's fine that way. Over here, it's a different story. Just a little deep fried. All right. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well. As you can see, it's day 53. And the zombies are out in force here, but we've got this thing that pretty much rinses anything that you want to. I love the Dulcher. I love the Dulcher so much. It's such a good gun. Yeah, there's that. So, yeah, here we are at this. Of course, it would be this POI that I would run across. But yeah, it's an enjoyable game, and it's something I've played quite a bit. And this playthrough, especially, like I'm running mainly an agility pistol and submachine gun build right now. I started off with a sledgehammer build, which we still have, but lots of armor, and of course my character, who looks very much like me. Well, if you squint really hard, he looks a lot like me. So yeah, this is an enjoyable game, one that I've always enjoyed playing, just simply because of it's the way that it is described is like Minecraft for grown-ups. is the way that it's described. But really, I think that's doing both Minecraft and this game a disservice, because this game's a much different kind of thing. It's a lot of, I mean, obviously it's got some of the same kind of things going on with it as far as survival and crafting, but it's a much different kind of, anything out there? No. It's a much different kind of game, because, oh! That's why. Sit down. And yeah, it's a much less kind game. I mean, there's zombies in Minecraft, and then there's this guy. So there is that. Yeah, let's just see if we can search this stuff real fast. Alright, let's go raid Dishong Tower. Or not. I don't think we have time for that in this video. Maybe some other time. But if you really want to go back to where all this madness started, there's really only one place you can go. Yep, and there it is. Oh, old friend, I have missed you so much. It's just, the feels, the nostalgia, the everything from this is just, my YouTube channel really got started with this game because I love this game. I've loved this game from day one. I bought it on day one. I've played it on day one. I ignored what everyone said about it on day one. I didn't care because this game is the closest thing to being an astronaut I will ever get to. And I loved it. I loved the game on day one. And I've loved it for every update they've done since. Everything they've done. Pathfinder, Atlas Rising, Waking Titan, all of it. Just all of it has been just astounding. I mean, what more can you say? What more can you say about this game? This is the game that got me really into YouTube, and it is my favorite game of all time. And I have missed playing it quite a bit. So we're not going to hang out too long in here. We're just going to show you a couple of things, and that's going to be it. That's basically going to be it for our special. We've gone over everything as far as where we've been, and now we just got to figure out where we're going. And this looks pretty much just as awesome as I remember. I wonder if... Oh, melee boost jump still works. Ah, space crabs! Oh, it's just such a beautiful game. I mean, it really is. It just... Oh, it's just... It's always been such a beautiful game. It really has. I'm just so glad the melee jump still works. That's awesome. Units received. Oh, how I have missed that. Well, units received. What are you? You look kind of scary. You're not as scary as I thought you'd be. Oh, you can actually eat food in the game now. Well, it was about time. Is that my starship out there? Yes, it is. All right. Let's go back to that. Hey, buddy, what's going on? It's just... I mean, I'm not even on a particularly interesting planet, and it's still just absolutely amazing. It's just... the feels! I have all the feels! But no tour of this would really be complete without... our freighter. And the Forever Ship. I mean, anyone who's been playing this game since day one, you have your Forever Ship. It's your 48 slot ship that you ground crash ships for to find, and there's never going to be another one like this in the game. No matter how many different types of ships they do, this ship is absolutely unique. There is no other ship that looks like this. There's no other ship that will ever look like this. And it's a badge of honor for those of us who've been playing this game for as long as we have, that we have our Forever Ships. They're C-class, they're terrible, but at the same time, they're amazing, because we got used to flying them, we got used to fighting in them, we got used to all of their little quirks and everything that was wrong with them, but we got to the point where we would take this ship up against anything that anyone is flying in this game, even now. Anyone who has a Forever Ship, honestly, we'll take it over anything else that the game has to offer, because this is the ship that we love, and this is the ship that we know how to fly the best. I can outfly and outfight anyone in this ship, except maybe another day one player. That might be a problem. Someone who's got a little bit quicker reflexes than I do can probably take me, but honestly, I would take on anyone that has picked up this game with like Atlas Rising or with Waking Titan in their ship, in their amazing S-class fighter thing that they've got. I will take them on every day of the week and twice on Sunday in this C-class 48 slot Forever Ship fighter that I know inside and out like the back of my hand. So that's pretty much it for this video. We've seen where we've been, and now it's just a matter of where are we going. Well, I've got a couple of things planned. First of all, I need to figure out what that terrible sound is. It's probably something underneath the deck over here. But we got to figure out where we're going. And where we're going is continuing doing what we're doing. Just keep playing the game, enjoying the game, having a good time, hanging out, playing games, having fun. That's what this channel is all about, is this kind of thing, just playing and having a good time. And I'm really glad that all of you have been along on the ride with us. I hope to see you again in the next series that we do, and I've got a couple of things planned. Probably not going to do No Man's Sky as a series, just simply because it gets, because of all the different changes to it, it's kind of hard to record with it now, because of, as you can tell, it's a little bit, stuttery on recording. So, unfortunately, we can't really do much with that, but we do have Minecraft, we do have 7 Days, All Out, all sorts of different things, and any new games that happen to come up. I really wish whatever that thing is would just, wander off and stop bothering me. We'll just go in here with our Viking. Craw! It's good to see you. But I do appreciate you coming along with us. I hope you enjoyed this 500 subscriber special and where we've been, and keep a lookout on this channel for where we're going. So, it should be a lot of fun. Hey, make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the way out the door if you have not already. But once again, I do this for fun. I do this for entertainment. I do this for stress relief. If you don't feel like subscribing, you just want to hang out, watch the video, and have a good time, that's perfectly fine as well. I appreciate likes and subscriptions, but the fact that you had a good time while you're here is the most important thing to me. But remember, whatever you do tonight, keep out of the superheated rain. And make sure you go out, play some games, have some fun. We'll see y'all again really soon. Have a good night, everybody.